Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and to my relatives, I say, Hamanat Napuyam. Thank you, and welcoming you here to our area. Assembly Joint Resolution 18 represents an official apology from the California State Legislature to California's First People. It acknowledges its involvement in the historic injustices and atrocities committed against Native Americans and affirms this state's commitment to healing and reconciliation. California joined the Union in 1850, and the state legislature has yet to officially apologize for its own role in the early wars and massacres waged against this state's First People. Certainly, there has been no apology or acknowledgement for the sanctioning and payment of bounty hunters to kill Native Americans during that time from the state legislature. Between 1851 and 1859, the state raked over $1.2 million in its war against Native Americans here in the state of California. Those dollars were paid for by taxpayers' dollars here in the state of California that was paid for to eliminate the Native people from the state of California. That legislation led to the destruction of tribal nations all throughout the state and almost wiped out our people. In 1852, this legislature voted to oppose the ratification of 18 treaties made between the United States government and the California Native American tribes. In 1860, members of a select committee investigating the Mendocino Wars called for the outright takeover of tribal affairs by the state government and for the enslavement of the remaining natives of the state by so-called responsible citizens. This history of violence against California's First People created and instilled trauma that continues to impact Native Americans to this day. This is the legacy of our state's legislature and why I introduced Assembly Joint Resolution 18. Although the governor issued his apology on behalf of the state in 2019, this body, this institution, which passed legislation, has not done so. We can never fix the wrongdoings of the past, but what we can do is take the first step of ensuring this body takes the fundamental step of acknowledging the harm committed and state its intentions to prevent these injustices from happening in the future. Mr. Speaker, I know this body has made significant strides in correcting the injustices of the past, but without an official acknowledgement of wrongdoing and an apology from the state legislature, we cannot truly say we are ready to move forward. That is why this resolution calls for a condemnation of the prior actions taken by the state and Senate against this state's First People. It also reaffirms our commitment to working toward a better future for all Native people who call the state of California home. California remains the state with the most Native Americans and Alaska Natives in the country. However, it also ranks as one of the highest in number of uninvestigated or unsolved cases of missing and murdered Indigenous people in the state of California. This is not right. It's not justice, and we must do more to prevent the violence. AGR 18 acknowledges the legislative actions and failures that inflict great pain and suffering upon California's First People. This resolution stands as a pledge to actively support the survival, resiliency, and future prosperities of tribal communities for generations to come. More importantly, AGR 18 furthers the work initiated by this body moving forward and also recognizes the Truth and Healing Council, and it provides renewed action to make sure that we're working for a state of California that takes into account California's First People and the foremost actions that continues to move forward in this state. I respectfully ask you for your aye vote and ask that the roll be open for co-authors. And to that, I say, Iwi Achai Hakapa'aya.